Cornucopias is a cutting-edge open-world MMO set in a world where humanity has ascended from the Earth's surface and created a breathtaking new world in the sky. This fantastical realm is a system of floating islands carved from the land we once called home, now encased in radically advanced dome-shaped structures suspended high above the clouds. Each one is a futuristic marvel with its own unique environment, identity, and thriving communities. It is within these domes the epic journey begins. Here, players take control of their own personal avatar, which gives them the freedom to choose their destiny. Be immersed in vast landscapes, explore vibrant settlements, and engage in a myriad of activities such as crafting, commerce, combat, racing, and more. Welcome to a world where the sky is no longer the limit.
Hey everybody, welcome to Copi Cafe. This is episode 122. You got Rob Gregg, Josh Jones here, Frisco Jones here, what's this one's name, Rob?
This is Bailey. Say hello, Bailey.
Frisco's licking my ear.
Bailey's very big nowadays.
Okay. And that's
That's Bailey.
What?
Oh, you can go down though, it's too big.
Yeah,
Really?
let's let him down.
Oh.
There was a purpose for that introduction.
Come on up.
And you'll see it later in the episode. So just hang in there and we'll show you why later. But this is Copi Cafe, episode 122. We're going to be talking about EthDenver. We were just there. The market and the crypto summit that's coming up, node testing, and some of the sale items that is also fast approaching. So without further ado, Rob, what are you drinking today?
Oh yeah, nearly forgot. So today, I'm just having plain old lemonade.
Lemonade?
It's quite
it's
a big
clear
one.
Lemonade, huh?
Nice.
That's good. We put food dyes in everything in the United States, and it's horrible.
Food dyes?
Food dyes, yeah.
Oh.
For marketing. Make it bright colored at the expense of your health. Anyway,
so you don't have plain colored lemonade?
I mean, we might, but most of it is got yellow food coloring in it.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of which, my drink might have some food coloring in it, but probably not. It's probably just caramel coloring. I'm drinking a Fairlife chocolate protein drink because I'm trying to get my protein up on a daily basis.
Very nice.
So cheers. All right, here we go. Let's do this. EthDenver. I'm going to just give the pros and the cons. So the pros were they offered us a free spot to demo the game, much like last year. Another pro was we were in the main area. Last year there were like two different buildings, and we were kind of down in this little dungeon, but it still got a lot of traffic. We arrived on Saturday. We arrived on Saturday to set up the booth because our booth spot was on Sunday during the day, which is the last day of the conference. So we arrive on Saturday at about 5 p.m. They said we could get there at 8 to set up, but at 5, the persons whose booth we were taking over, they had already left. So they let us set up early. And this was the biggest pro for me. The guy that was running the blockchain arcade for EthDenver this year had set up gaming computers, good solid gaming rigs and monitors already. So we didn't have to bring in our computers or do anything. I wish they would have told us that in advance, but because we packed it all up and got it ready. But that made setup super simple. We just had to log into the accounts and download the game, which was great. And we got a good amount of traffic on Saturday just by setting up early while people were still leaving, etc. We got to meet our friends over at Ascent Rivals. They happened to be in the booth next to us on Saturday, but then they were out on Sunday. And then, so that's a good amount of the pros. That was exciting. Oh, got to see a lot of cool people. Taco, I'll give him a shout out. We saw him at the last EthDenver, and I need to give you a full update on this conversation. There's some cool stuff that we're gonna be potentially doing with him and his project. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. So those are the positives. The negatives, well, while it didn't cost us anything other than airline points and a few meals, there was nobody there on Sunday.
Oh,
Not nobody,
damn.
but it was like everybody went out partying to the after parties. I mean, a few people that I saw on Sunday had not slept, and they were just, so like I guess there was so much partying going on that nobody really wanted to come on Sunday, and it was basically dead. They even booths started closing down at noon,
Oh,
so we got there and just kind of. But that being said, there was some pretty fun and positive news that occurred Sunday morning. So we were all enjoying ourselves. And that's
it was a
probably a
bullish
good
day.
segue to talk a little bit about the market and the crypto summit. So you and I had a conversation on Sunday.
Yep.
I had already known what you called about, but yeah, you called and said, Josh, I've got some good news for you. And I was just sitting at the booth. We were set up fully, and so took your call, and we started talking about Trump's tweet that ADA would be included in the strategic reserve with
Yep.
Bitcoin, ETH, Sol. Uh, who am I forgetting here? XRP,
Ethereum.
Bitcoin, ETH, Sol,
Yeah.
XRP, ADA. So that obviously sent the market on a nice upswing in kind of typical Trump fashion. He tweeted about the altcoins first, and then he came back in later and said, "Oh yeah, by the way, I love Bitcoin and ETH too."
Yeah.
Um, and then, of course, Monday happened, and everybody felt like they got,
A hangover.
yeah.
Yeah.
But now it's Wednesday, and things have recovered quite nicely. Maybe in anticipation of the crypto summit, the White House crypto summit this week, which it's going to be the first ever, pro crypto administration and first ever White House crypto summit. So that's incredibly exciting. Props to Charles Hoskinson and the efforts he took to get this done. You said it quite well. He was playing some 4D chess with RFK and Trump. I believe there was a meeting he had with Trump that's not necessarily published, but there were hints that might have occurred. Either way, he played it really well, something I believe the foundation should have been doing as well. But it looks like Charles, kind of took the bull by the horns on that one. And we hope it plays out incredibly well. Rob, what are your thoughts? I've been talking for a while.
Well, that's probably either breaking news or old news by the time this episode goes out.
Could be. Very well could be. Okay. Well, the crypto summit, I'm very excited to see how that plays out, what's announced, what happens, what they say about the altcoins. It's going to be a very interesting day. Uh, Regardless of how he handles the altcoins, I do think no matter what, it's incredibly bullish for crypto. Very excited. I think my personal opinion, not financial advice, but my take is that this um, bearish period after the Trump pump in the election, the bearish period that we've been in basically since December. I think that's been a period of accumulation for a lot of these large institutions, and it's been a period of manipulation as well. And I think this long period, this delay, is just further evidence. My take, again, that we're heading into the mother of all bulls, but I could be 100% wrong. So I don't know, but I'm pretty excited about what's happening. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, there's a phrase called Mad March. So far we've had Mad March. Let's just see how it continues.
It's been a roller coaster March, but yeah,
It
Mad
looks
March
like
sounds
though,
good.
if you are a trader, if you like dabbling in trader,
Yeah.
this seems to be a very good month.
Hmm.
Ada's up and down 40, 50%. Others are up and down 30, 40%. So
Yeah, some of the
crazy.
most aggressive and volatile chop I've
Hmm.
seen. I mean, I saw a graphic of a giant green candle on Sunday, the daily candle, and then a giant red candle on
Yeah.
Monday, and they were the same size. Uh, but hey, that's the way this goes. I have overall a very positive outlook. How it unfolds, when exactly, the timing of everything, who knows? But I think we're headed into some pretty exciting times for the crypto industry as a whole. So that brings us to node testing. You want to kick it off because that was your project
Yeah.
you were
So
leading.
last Friday when we had our watch party, before we showed the episode of Copi Cafe, Greg came on and we did a live download of the game using the nodes. So everybody removed the game, and then we all pressed download from the nodes. So it was a bit of a shaky start at first, but then eventually, once it got going, everything was fine, and majority of people managed to download from the nodes. Some pretty decent speeds coming down as well. So Greg took a lot of feedback from that. We learned a little bit, so we're going to feed that back in. It's all to do really how we were routing, because we'd introduced a new server, so we had a few issues there, but that hopefully will get resolved, and we'll do the test again. But that was really good. I mean, that was the first time we've kind of stress test en masse.
Yeah, and the team's just done an incredible job on
Mm.
all of that. I'm really excited about it overall. It's positioning us. It's coming out with the next build, right? It's going to
Hmm.
be,
Yep.
yeah, downloading the game via the nodes on the next build. So that's pretty powerful, very exciting. Okay, anything else on nodes?
Nope. So good. So I mean, we've been working on some dashboards as well. We showed some of those. So if you managed to be part of that, you would have got to see some insights of things in the future. But
Hmm.
we're heads down, working hard on those nodes for the next release.
Yep, awesome. I wonder if you just heard my dog scrambling. He hears a squirrel at the bird
Mine are
feeder.
both whining next to me, but Buddy's here as well.
I have to say that you met one of my dogs. The other one, Stella, is in the other room, so we didn't
Ah,
get to introduce her. But okay, so moving into the sale items, let's just go ahead and get that image up here real quick. So this is the three-phase sale event that will lead us into the spring season, and primarily we have weapons and packs, but we do have a little bit of apparel that'll be coming available shortly. And yeah, I guess I think the community is most excited about the weapons. It's pretty fun. It takes us to a new level. Gets a little combat into the game. What's your take?
yeah, weapons are going to be vital, along with tools. So tools and weapons. What one of the core elements of the game is going to be some kind of battling, especially when you're in the wild. We're going to have rifts that we know about that are going to be appearing. We've seen quantum monsters, all kinds of things coming through. So to be able to defend your land is probably better to defend it with a few guns rather than a couple of carrots and a turnip.
Yeah, true, true. Those are not proven to be very effective,
Mhm.
carrots and turnips.
Unless
Oh,
maybe a rabbit's coming towards you, I think it might distract it while you run away.
yeah, yeah, true, true.
You never know.
So there's going to be well, there's eventually going to be more than two types, but there's two types of weapons available for sale on this one. There's the ballistic, and then there's also the pulse weapons.
Mm.
But we've got multiple different manufacturers. We've got Born and Lee, Kumaro Defense, Rando's Metalworks, Asuna Arms, of which, and then we've got Superverse, a Superverse weapon, and a Frontier Arms. brand. So a lot of weapons manufacturer brands, and another shout out to Mark, who's done so many logos for this game. It's baffling the amount of logos he's had to design, and so he's done a great job with it. And I'm sure he's had a blast too. I know he is having fun, but yeah. So he also did some of these cinematics that we'll be showing over the next few weeks, or really over the next week, because the sale's coming. But we've got some really high quality cinematics of some of these guns that we'll be sharing, and that's going to be very exciting as well. One other point I'll make is that Jeff and I really wish we could fly you over from the UK, you and Ant, to participate in this, because I think it's going to be fun. To your point, yeah, we could probably get some of these sounds just bought from store bought. But that being said, what we're doing is we have a friend that's got a lot of guns, and we're going to go shoot them from far away and record the audio. So record audio from far away, from right in front of the gun. Obviously not right in front of the gun, but in front of the gun, behind it, and record the shells dropping, hitting the ground. We've got a really long shot list of audio that we need to get, and then we'll give those audio files to David, and that will cover a lot of the ballistic guns. So for our sound effects, so that'll be real sound effects. We'll send you guys some fun marketing videos to show us being silly with guns, and it'll just get us our own authentic gun recordings. Maybe we should put it up on a site for sale. No, just kidding. We don't need to do that. So yeah, you want to go ahead?
Sounds good. Maybe I'll go to the local Laser Quest and record me running around.
That's a good idea. Please do. We could cut that. We could cut that in and out of the video. That'd be great. Please do. I imagine you have somebody that could film that for you. So maybe we have a little fun with some laser guns and Rob in there as well. Okay, backpacks. We've got the Blackhorn Tactical, the Corn Cutie Prowler, the Corn Cutie Blush Bandit, Corn Cuties Husky Wolf. There's our leak. Do we want to go ahead and do the leak right here?
Did we have that on there? Corn Cutie Husky. Very interesting.
Yes, but we haven't shown the actual image, so maybe that's a good spot for us to put the Corn Cuties Husky backpack image up, because that is our leak for today. And the significance of that leak is that we have established a way to easily get other brands into the game. That's also kind of referencing some of what Mark's been doing for the logos to get them into the game. He's also got some Unreal Engine skills he's been learning to make these cinematics, etc. And so now we're able to fairly easily get other brands into the game, and we're going to be doing that with 3 groups that I'm aware of. Well, we've done it with Superverse, we've done it with Neo Tokyo, so there's more than that, because there's 2 more coming soon, Hosky being one of them. And then that's obviously something we'll just continue, because what it does is that creates a win-win marketing scenario for the other project and for us, because their community, let's say Husky's community, they're going to want to share, hey, this is my Husky backpack in the game, and all sorts of fun stuff like that. You're having fun with the dogs, aren't you?
Yeah, standing on my toes. Buddy's come to say hello. Come here, buddy. Come say hello. Oh, he's another.
Come on.
As well. He's come to see the Husky.
Hey, there's Buddy.
Say hello, buddy. He doesn't look very happy.
He came to see Husky. That's why we had the dogs on the show, folks, because Husky, our Cardano community meme coin dog, is now going to be inside Cornucopias. So that's our leak for the day.
Okay, so the plans for the Husky is that it's going to be available in-game for in-game currency. Quite a lot of in-game currency, so there'll be a little bit of a grind going on. But once you go, but all the credits, they're all free, aren't they? They're all scattered around Kalido all over the place. Yep. So get collecting all those, and then in the future, there'll either be a dedicated Hosky vending machine or just a generic one within the Journey shop, or maybe even Cornucopias will have one outside, and you'll pop in your credits and get the Hosky backpack. I think it's a really, really cool way of introducing brands into the game.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. Now that's not an NFT.
no,
However, at some point we might do things like that when the tech is ready. In our new marketplace setup is more equipped, and people are getting automatic generated wallets, which is in the works right now for the mainstream gamers, things like that. But yeah, so that's not something that's actually that far off, and I think that kind of brings us to uh, the questions
yep,
part of Copi Cafe.
okay. So, a few here. The first one is from Burger Fries. He wants to know, will Alpha be the time where all players are able to make Copi rewards instead of all this homemade community event? Also, the progress will be officially maintained.
Yeah, so that's kind of partially tied to what I was just talking about. We need to have these auto generated wallets for those that come in from mainstream and don't know crypto. And then that's also just one of those things that we're going to gradually implement so that we're doing it well. We're talking to our game economist quite a bit on these kinds of issues where we can gradually start moving towards something like that. So, will it be alpha? No, not necessarily. It might come before alpha. But either way we do that, it's going to be a gradual thing on how we start releasing more and more of the in-game rewards and rewards for community events. Those will continue. We're going to have tournaments and things like that, and we'll grow up our marketing and our presence by increasing gradually over time the prize pool in tournaments and also the different groups that we participate in a tournament with and partnerships, so that we're bringing in lots of new communities into who we are and what we're doing. And then obviously it's fun to earn some Copi by playing in a tournament. But yeah, so hopefully that answers your question. Next one.
Yep. Yeah, these early ones, it's all about trial and testing stuff. And
Yep.
while there's not much at stake, it's easy for us to make mistakes or to change things and see what pattern actually works. So yeah, it's a learning curve for all of us. So next question, and also related to rewards, is from Braz of the Knights. He wants to know, will there be any special Copic rewards prior to the reward mechanism closing? Does it cease May 2025? So Copic being our SPO stake pool.
So that's a great question. We actually discussed this last week, and we're wondering. We'd kind of like to get a community opinion on this one. So feel free to throw something into the comments or into our Discord on thoughts on this. But we've got about 3 months left at the current pace of rewards on the program, which may or may not equal us running out of the Copi that was delegated for rewards. I believe the original announcement said whichever comes first, if we run out of rewards or at the 1 year mark. Um, so one thing we could do is slightly increase the pace of rewards, the bonus on that. But we can't go too high with that, obviously, because that's just going to attract external community for a quick flip. And that's not really what we're trying to do here. So yeah, just give us your feedback. We're considering something.
Okay, and second part of that question is, any stats on how much Copi has been issued through Copic and how much is remaining?
Oh, I don't have that handy on me, so I'd rather.
We did release that a
We,
few episodes ago, didn't we? Didn't we go through it?
I thought we did, but do
Mm,
do you have it handy by chance?
no.
Okay, you know what we'll do for that question. We'll have Ben craft up a status update on the Copic pool, and we'll put it into the general channel or something
Okay,
like that.
that makes sense. Okay, and then last question. Then Lord of the Corn wants to know, how has the Epic Games rollout been progressing, and will the NFT marketplace be linked to it for the newcomers?
So the Epic Games rollout. Let me just
The
I
trailer.
guess there's multiple ways I could take that question. So there's the cinematic, which we've talked about, shooting the cinematic. That's in production, and we're producing it as some of these new features are also coming available, as we're using motion matching, as we're using the mocap suit, because that's really helping with the cinematic. So as some features come out, we're shooting a little bit more of the cinematic. That's been part of the delay, because when you have something as amazing as the motion matching and the mocap suit that we've been able to start taking advantage of, you got to use that for the cinematic. Because one of the things that's cool about our cinematic is you're seeing actual graphics rather than a
Yeah.
produced graphic that's not going to be comparative to the game quality necessarily. So that's really powerful in my mind. But yeah, that's in production. It's going well. In terms of the game builds for the alpha release on Epic Store, that is going well as well. But we have a lot to do before we actually release this game to mainstream gamers, because we want the word of mouth to be incredibly positive. So we do think that'll be sometime this year, but we're going to do a good amount of research and with mainstream gaming influencers, etc., before we actually do an alpha release on the Epic Games Store. That being said, the cinematic will be published to the Epic Games Store when we complete that, and we'll sit there on building up the waiting list of people waiting for when it is available on Epic. So that's the strategy there. Okay. Did I answer all the questions there? And will the NFT marketplace be linked to it for the newcomers? Linked to the Epic Game Store? The new NFT marketplace is in it's in building. So we're going to have a marketplace on our website, and then we're also going to have an in-game marketplace. Those are the primary goals right now. Okay. I guess that's it. Is that
it?
Yeah.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. All right. Well, hey, thank you everybody for watching. This has been Copi Cafe, episode 122. And hopefully you all enjoyed the Crypto Summit, which would have been yesterday. And we'll see you on the next episode, 123. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.